In this video, I'm going to run you down on how to exactly get into shape, get to 10% body fat, get abs, the whole 9 yards, the lazy way. And I really hate to call it the lazy way. It's hard regardless, but this is a lazier way to actually get there without having to focus on much. Kind of just do it without paying attention. A little bit of a backstory about my friend Colby. He didn't know where to go in his fitness journey, so he overcomplicated legitimately everything because there's so much information out there. Half of it's true, half of it's false. You don't really know where to go. But with all this information, it does really just come down to a few things. And I gave Colby 2 options. Option 1 being the dialed in way, the nerd way, the Jimmy Neutron way, where you're just fucking plugging everything into your calorie calculator and everything, which I would actually much rather have you do, because if you can track everything that's going in your body, you know why you're losing weight and you know why things are happening to your body. However, I gave him another option, which we called the lazy way. And I seriously, I fucking hate to admit this, but you know the way that he actually changed his physique? The lazy way. And it does legitimately work, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. By the way, my name's Finn. I help men who are lacking confidence redefine themselves through losing body fat. And if that sounds interesting to you, click that first link in the description below, and let's see if we're a good fit to work together. The reason why this worked was not because it was just magically easier, and it was more so the fact that it was just sustainable. And it fit his personality perfectly, and that's exactly how it should be for you, because it shouldn't make you dread the whole process in itself. So what I had Colby do, first of all, is just move. Dude, get moving. Do backflips. Do cardio. I'm just fucking with you about the backflips, unless you actually want to do cardio that way. But I mainly just had him focus on walking and incline treadmill walking, because those were his 2 favorites, and those were the 2 easily accessible options for him. And I told him, dude, just knock yourself out as long as you stick to it every day and you track what you're doing. And the special part about this is I didn't even have him track his food. I didn't have him log what he was eating every day. Instead, what I told this caveman was, dude, okay, eat high protein, whole foods, and just focus on that. Not perfection, not a strict diet, no carnivore Joe Rogan podcast type diet, no Pilates white girl acai bowl type diet, unless that's something you want to do. I'm not against it. Just high protein, whole foods, better options that didn't require any sort of spreadsheet or any sort of calorie tracking app. And then I just had him pick a weight training program that he liked, legitimately anyone that he liked, not the trendiest one, not Thor, not Reacher's workout, because you're not going to stick to that, dude. You're not fucking Reacher, you're not Thor. But it was something that he liked so he could show up to it again and again and again. And that right there is just why most people fail at this process in general. It's almost like strapping your newborn to a bike and sending him down a hill without any training wheels. That little guy's going to eat some pavement. And this method is just so unbelievably simple because there's less friction getting you to where you need to be. You'll never have to weigh out rice and steak like some nerd-ass Jimmy Neutron type dude, which in fact is me. Whenever you're hungry, you just take a good bit of rice, some lean meat, and whatever else you want to add to it, and you're like, all right, call it a day. People sabotage themselves just because they pick what's trending and not what they actually enjoy doing.
Maybe if I try Kim K's glute workout, I can look just like her. Motherfucker, she's using plastic.
Alright, bruv, maybe if I did the Chris Hemsworth workout, I'd have some big chest and guns like him. I mean, that one you definitely could, but it's going to take a lot of time. But do you enjoy it? That's the real question. But fellas, just be honest with yourselves real quick. You're not just lacking knowledge, you're also lacking self-respect and total enjoyment in the process itself. And even worse, you draw these pictures in your head like, I'm not built for this. I keep falling off. I'm just not good enough to follow through with a plan. And that stems from either your inner childhood or just your past in general. There's something wrong with these past experiences that draw you to believe that you're not the person that can. It's like drawing a picture in your brain with invisible ink. You think you see it, but there's nothing there. And you draw these pictures that have false negative connotation with yourself, and then you just find more ways to support why you can't do it. That process in your brain that you justify to quit something is also something that can work for you to justify for you to do better. God damn it, Steve's hitting on Anastasia at work again. There's no point in me even trying anymore. But then you could also be thinking, I successfully learned how to tie my shoes at one point. I successfully brushed my teeth this morning. I'm the guy that shows up for myself every day. And it's such a little win, but if you do apply it to the right frame of life, it will serve you at some point. Then maybe the fact that you're proud of yourself of something that you did in a day is going to bring what was the name? Anastasia over to you, and then maybe she's on your lap. I have no idea what kind of rant I just went on there, but let's get back to it. But Colby finally broke that cycle in his mind that thought nothing was ever going to go right for me, and nothing ever is going to go my way. I'm just going to keep falling off, which you're thinking right now as well, which is why you're watching this video. I caught your ass, dude. He ultimately chose the version of fitness that felt good and not the one that just looked good on paper. And over the course of a year and a half, his entire physique changed, and mine did too. I'm going to tell you another story of how I did this on accident. For a while, I worked at this moving company, and to my own expense, I ate a lot of junk food in the morning from gas stations. And that would ultimately leave me with a ton of acne, a lot of bloating, and unwanted body fat, even though I worked out. And I didn't even track anything at this point. I was about 2 to 3 years maybe in my fitness journey. I completely fell out of shape. I was diced at one point, and then I fell out of shape. And a lot of it has to do with the self-respect and self-esteem and self-confidence as well. But I had one point where I just realized it's not worth it. It legitimately is not worth it to be eating this junk food every day. I don't feel good. I would rather rather actually perform well at my job and train well after. Dude, I'm getting flashbacks from these 12-hour days, covered in sweat, like 20,000 steps right to the gym after that. These construction guys don't have it easy either. Now that I think about it, I applaud you guys. Thank you. Thank you for your service. But all of a sudden, when I just started preparing healthy, whole foods, high protein, everything just fell right into place. Because I was getting all these steps and I was just magically getting shredded out of nowhere. Within maybe 1 or 2 months, it really wasn't that hard. And it wasn't that hard because I didn't even really think about it. I remember just buying these packaged hard-boiled eggs and then a banana, instead of getting this super processed, sugary breakfast I would get at the gas station. And what do you know? I went from a goddamn blowfish to shredded abs. I think the picture I'm throwing up, you could see me in my uniform. I'm not sure though. And to sum it all up, all you really need is just movement, a training style you actually enjoy, better food choices, and you need that self-respect to stop lying to yourself about why you can't change. And do that and you might shock yourself the same way that Colby did, or even the same way I did. I just made it about me, didn't I? Ego does in fact kill the man. YouTube thinks that this is a good video for you to watch, and if you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more how to get in the best shape of your life and also see why you keep failing at trying to get in the best shape of your life, click that video and I'll see you over there.